So hello viewers and welcome back to another video on Video Geeks. So in today's video we're going to take a look at this section of the getting started of the official Playwright documentation, which is called setting up CI/CD or setting up CI, that is basically written over here. So in this video we're going to take a look at the steps that you must take if you want to set up the CI/CD pipeline with your Playwright. So that whenever you write certain changes or write your new test in your Playwright, so that test that you might have written, so whenever you push the changes to your GitHub repository, all those changes will be by default will be executed through CI runner or some nodes that will be that you don't need to worry about, that will be created without knowing you. All the tests will be performed. If there are certain failures, then the artifacts will be downloaded and all those stuff. So we are going to take a look at that part in this video. So yeah, without wasting much time, let's get started. So if I start with the Playwright's official documentation, so you might see this getting started section. If you hover over here, if you go over here on the Playwright documentation, right? So we have covered the installation, how to write the test cases, how to generate the tests, how to run and debug the test cases, where we have seen the trace viewer. Also we have seen the code gen with here while we explored this section called generating test. Now in this video we'll explore this section, which is the last section of getting started. Although that's not it, there are so many things to explore over here. So if you are new to our channel, you must subscribe, because we'll explore most of this part in the next or upcoming videos. So if you don't want to miss those videos, just subscribe to our channel and press that bell icon to never miss an update. Now coming to setting up CI/CD pipeline. So if you want to explore the detailed step and how to proceed with the CI/CD pipeline, so all the things that are necessary are over here on the docs itself. But just to give you an overview, who will read the documentation, right? So just we'll go through the VS Code itself. So let's move on to our VS Code. So remember why we had an installation video of the Playwright. So at that time you might have had an option where you might have been asked to create or set up the CI/CD pipeline. So at that time if you have we have told you to create or click on the yes, so that this section, this file that you see over here, that you see on my repository, which is called .github folder, inside that we have workflows, and inside workflows folder we have this called playwright.yaml file. So that is the file that you need in your repository, and this will be generated by default. So this is not a specific file, and I didn't spend my brain to actually know how to write a file. So this is by default generated for me without me even knowing. So what this does is, so you will also have this same file if you have followed the same installation steps that we did on our channel. If you have not watched that video, I'll have a link over here of the installation part. You must go through it and you'll get to know. So ignoring that, now coming on to this file, which is called playwright.yaml. So as you can see, it has the name which is called Playwright test. That is the name of the execution that will happen, and that this name you will see on the GitHub profile or GitLab, right? So this will happen. So this workflow, so this job, entire thing that is mentioned over here, this will run. So when it will run? So it will run on the push of the branches, which is called main or master. So mostly any of the GitHub repository that you make, they will have main or branch or master branch. So that is the main branch, main line of your remote repository or your local repository, right? So on the push of that branch or on the pull request of those branch, this workflow, this job will be executed. That is pretty simple, right? And what it will do is it will create a Ubuntu machine for us. Then it will check out to a repository. Then it will set up the node, and with particular version of course, so any version with the LTS, so that will be installed by default. Now it will run this CI npm CI that will basically install all the dependencies with the node and Playwright and stuff. Then it will install Playwright browsers. So after the dependency installation, it will use this command which is called npx playwright install with dependencies. and then finally it will run our test. So this command, if you see, that we have been using to run our test. So this will be executed on the Ubuntu machine itself, that is created over here, and then it will try to see if there are any errors. So if there are any errors, it will be uploaded as an artifact, and that will be stored, or that will be named as a Playwright report, and retention days, so 30 days will be retention period, or you can say if there are any artifacts on your job run, then that will be stayed, or that will be persistent for 30 days itself. So after 30 days, if you have not downloaded the artifacts, it will by default vanish. So to save the storage and stuff. So this is basically overview of file. Now other than this, I don't think you don't need to know about anything else, right? And then for someone, if you don't have this file already, you can just copy paste this file from my repository, remote repository, that the link will be in the description box, or you can just pause the video and copy paste this file in your repository. Now we had commits before showing this video already, so I might have actions that are already executed. So let's just see those, that how it looks on the GitHub. So as you can see, this is our Playwright YouTube learning repository. So you might have a link of this repository in the description box. So you can see, if we go to Actions tab, so as you can see, we have 5 workflows. So obviously we had previously committed our changes to the repository, and the file that we have seen, the YAML file, that has been there from the first commit itself. So that's why we have this. So if you see, the file ran when we had a commit, this commit, which is called adding the first commit with the first lecture completion, then first lesson readme file, second and third demo file, then section for installation help when downloading this repository. Okay, so this was the readme file, and then last video where we had a lesson 4 for the trace viewer. So all this workflow that you can see the dates also over here, you can see the status, all the workflows are passed. So we can see this, we can view how, so this is how it looks. This is the test workflow, and you can see the file which is called playwright.yaml, and the trigger was on push. So we pushed our changes from my local to remote. So on that action, it triggered this workflow. So yeah, as you can see, there are this artifacts. So I don't think, yeah, so it will be downloaded as in zip and you can explore. So it will be an HTML file, so you can see those files and you can have insights. So as you can see, this is the file that we have downloaded. So downloaded file just had this zip file, just had this index.html file, and as you can see, there are 15 tests that ran. So first was this file, example spec.ts, then second was this file. We can also see what are the steps that it took. Yeah, so these are the commands, these are the line of code that it has executed. We don't have any failures as such, and we can filters from over here. We can go to all, and as you can see, all the test cases ran in Chrome, Firefox and WebKit. Over here also Chrome, Firefox and WebKit. So that's how we can have a idea of what has happened while we ran our test on the CI/CD runner or pipeline. So these are the results from the CI/CD actions or GitHub Actions workflow. Now I don't think there is anything much to explore, but you can also see the console output. So once you click on that node, you will see all the steps that it ran. So while checking out, while setting up, while Playwright test, while uploading artifacts. So these are, and after the completion of job. So these are the console output that was there while it ran on the machine in somewhere else, right, or somewhere else on the internet. So these are the command line output, or you can or I can say this is the standard output from all the commands that we ran using that YAML file. So that you can see. Now what we can do, we can manually try to see if we can fail a test, and that how it looks in our GitHub Actions. So let's just do that, and for that we'll go to our VS Code. So we have this second and third spec.ts file, and we can see that we have this title of app as in selector or locator over here. We can just misspell this app, and we can just comment this out to make sure that we have failure. So git add dot, so we'll commit. So as you can see, as soon as we push the changes, it will start a new workflow over here. We can click on this and we can see the live changes, so that might be happening in the background. So just we'll wait for it to actually spin up the virtual machine, and then it will start to execute the commands that we have mentioned in the job section of the YAML file. So as you can see, the trigger was as usual the push trigger. So we pushed our change to the main branch, and the status is in progress. Still wait for it. Okay. So as you can see, we can see the live console output. So this is Ubuntu being set up. So Ubuntu virtual machine is being set up properly before we can start executing the node installation and stuff like that. So it will take some time. I'll have a time lapse for this, so you can see what is the process that is going on behind the scenes. So as you can see, Playwright test execution has been started, and it says 15 tests has to run. It should we should see the failures because we had a misspell in the locator itself. So now let's see how it looks over here. So as you can see, as we expected, the failures are here, and as you can see, the locators are not it failed to locate an element. Then there are more failures because it ran for Firefox, Chromium and WebKit also. And then yeah, as you can see, we uploaded the artifacts and the job is completed. So job is said to be failed because one of the step in the job that we have mentioned that is failed. So obviously the overall status would be failed. Now let's look at this summary. So you can see this is how it looks. The annotations, one error, and now let's download the artifacts and let's see how it looks. So I moved all the 3 items that were there from the download folder to over here in the Playwright report folder. Now what we can do is, now we can hit npx playwright RIGHT show report. That will host this index page that we see over here, and as you can see, we can now go to view trace. So yeah, that's it. That's the thing that you might want to observe. So we can go over here, navigate to, and we can see the URL, we can see the trace, we can see the steps that it took, we can also see the before and after actions. So yeah, that's I think it. You might have got the idea about how we can use this CI/CD pipeline to run your test over the internet, to set up the CI/CD pipeline with the Playwright, and that will make a very huge difference to your testing workflow, because now every time when you push, it will make sure that it won't allow the merge to be there before you solve all the errors. So that's really cool if you ask me. So yeah, we'll meet in the next video, and we'll for sure explore about Playwright more in upcoming videos. So be subscribed, and yeah, we'll meet in the next one. Till then, keep learning and keep exploring.